Hey lovely wild hearts, it's Lisa here. How are you doing? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, a warm welcome to you. I'm Lisa, I'm an HSP, an intuitive coach and writer, and I teach highly sensitives to journal with tarot cards to unlock your intuitive and creative gifts and discover your true voice. Today we're looking at the energy of the inner child who feels abandoned and rejected, like they don't belong. I think this is quite common when you're an HSP. Many of us are raised in environments that are harsh, critical, punitive, stressed, chaotic, and for some of us, or for those of us that have got childhood trauma, we're raised in environments that are just riddled with unhealed hurts that get passed on. So lots of you that follow me on here, lots of HSPs that follow me here are cycle breakers. You're reparenting your inner child. Some of you while you're parenting your own kids. So I really take my hat off to you because I don't have children. I just, some days I find it really hard just to be there for the child inside of me. Although I have had the privilege of working with lots and lots of beautiful young wild hearts, highly sensitives, who've helped me heal actually. So today I'm going to read to you from my book Stuck Between Two Worlds, and I just want to see if it resonates with you. If you've ever felt like the odd one out, or like a misfit, or like you don't belong, or that you feel ashamed of your sensitivity, or it's been used against you, or have been told that you're too much, then I think you're going to really love this book. Well, I think your inner child's going to love it. I wrote it for the children that I worked with, but actually it's become really popular amongst adult children who have childhood trauma, who are doing the healing work with the inner child. So settle in, pour yourself a cuppa. I have to say up front that I'm not very good at reading out loud. I'll try and make it interesting to listen to, but I am reading my own words, and I am reading my own story, and that is quite triggering sometimes. So please bear with me, and we'll see how we go. I don't think we've met. My name is Ruby, and I'm 9.5 years old. I'll be 10 on Valentine's Day. St. Valentine is the patron saint of love. Being born on a day that's all about love makes so much sense to a girl who had to search hard for it. I was born 2 weeks early, and even now, I hate being late. Lots of people think I'm older. I don't blame them. I have a very wise head on these young shoulders. Once, a funny lady stopped my mum in the supermarket and told her that I was an old soul. She claimed that I had been here many lifetimes before, and I was a time traveller. I think that's a bit bananas, and I'm not really sure if I believe it. One thing I do know for sure, I'm a Wildheart. I have a feeling you're one too. Once you've read this book, you'll feel indescribably good inside, like you've just whooshed down a great big water slide with your hands in the air. Even better, once you read it, you can't unknow it. It will speak to your heart, your wild heart. You won't forget it, but why would you want to when it's the very thing you've been searching for all this time? You're home. Put your feet up. You belong here. You're going to find your place in the world. I totally understand that searching feeling. Not like the missing sock that never made it through the wash, or the coins that have fallen down the back of the sofa. No, this was more of a hole, a feeling of emptiness, and no matter what you did, it couldn't be filled. So I want to take you to the wonderful wilderness, where you will discover what you need to live your best life. It's not something you learn at school, and sometimes not even your parents know. It's not their fault. They can only give you what they have inside of them. Together we're going to pay attention to your sad, hurty and angry bits. You'll see, despite what you may think or you have been taught, all your feelings have important messages for you to understand. Every moment you spend with this story will ease your bads, mads or sads. For every step you take towards knowing who you truly are, your life and the world will be a better place. No matter what anyone tells you, the world is definitely a better place with you in it. As you feel less sad, hurty and angry, you will grow in confidence and you will inspire others to do the same. You'll show others the way, because that's what wild hearts were born to do, to lead and to teach. Now you're asking, how do I know if I'm a wild heart? For as long as I can remember, I thought I was weird. I thought I was strange and not like other children. Not that I thought I was special, but more like I was wrong. I was wrong and bad. Now that is a pretty yucky recipe and feels like poo. Being wrong and bad will take you to all sorts of nasty places in your head. None of them are real or true. They're simply places in your head, but it's quite hard to escape, and not because your head is attached to the rest of your body. It's your brain. It believes whatever you tell it is true. So if you're making yourself wrong and feeding your brain negative, critical and mean thoughts all day long, it will feel like poo in your body. You're meant to feel safe inside your own body. It houses the spirit of you. It's the place where nobody is allowed to go unless you say so. Your spirit is the essence of who you are, and that's precious. There's only one of you, and the world needs your preciousness. You were born to do great things, and so was I. But people had invaded my inner world without my permission. Nettie said I was like a soft white lychee without a skin. I didn't come with my bumpy greenish pink skin to protect me from the body snatchers. I didn't quite feel entirely safe because they were quite unpredictable. What was right and what was wrong? Was I good or was I bad? Am I the bossy big sister? I have very short ginger hair. I could be mistaken for a boy. This was before Ed Sheeran and Prince Harry made it cool. I have sparkly blue eyes and a pale freckly face. The heat gives me a rash and I burn easily. I have big red lips and my ears are pierced with gold studs. My skin turns pink without a head-to-toe coating of thick sunscreen lotion. Ugh, that's a sweaty mess, let me tell you. Sun times were certainly not fun times. When the sun is out, I prefer to be under the shady trees or stay indoors. I sit on the red wiry carpet of my playroom and prop myself up against a flowery cushion or two. I make myself comfortable by the window so I can see outside. The rabbit, Snowy, keeps me company on rainy days. I make book tunnels for him and the guinea pig to run through. The guinea pig is called Squirt. Let's not get into the story behind his name right now. Let's just move forward a bit. She goes on to talk about her house and her parents, and she says, make no mistake, I'm a little firecracker. I want to know and do it all. I want to be noticed and I want them to pay attention. I tap dance, I crunch my crisps loudly. I play the piano and the recorder. I don't practice as often as I could do. They say I talk too much. I do talk a lot. I'm curious and I ask so many questions. I have so much I want to learn and want to tell people. It's sad when other people don't share my excitement when I've learned something new. They say I'm too much. I think other people find me too much too. They don't understand me. That's why I often get sent away to my room to calm down. They can't be around me when I'm like that. It's like I have all this power and I don't know what to do with it. Nobody actually said, but the message is loud and clear. It's not okay to be angry. So I've decided that must be what makes me bad. I don't know if I'm good like other children. I seem to be good at school, but at home I can't hold the bad in and it all comes tumbling out. My parents don't know what to do with it. Until recently, I didn't truly understand what it meant to be a wild heart. So now it makes perfect sense to share it all with you. I'm totally fired up. I'm so excited and I can't wait to tell you about my story. We're going to make amazing discoveries together. I'll show you how I went from lost and sad to happy and confident. Let's ignite that spark in you and light you up so the world can see you as you're meant to be. I can already tell that you're pretty amazing. It's my wish for you because I really do know that it's a lonely place when you feel like you don't belong. You may even pretend to be somebody that you're not so you can fit in. You're not sure who to be, but you really need a friend. You're looking for that one special friend who truly gets you. Well, here I am. You know, it's okay because the need to belong in us is so strong. It's a powerful force because as humans, we're made to connect with one another. It helps to find the right kind of people, the ones who understand us and accept us as we are. Are you ready then? What are we waiting for? Let's jump right in. So the name Wildheart, for those of you that are interested, was a name that I gave to the children that I worked with. Let's pull that back a bit so you can see. Oh, it doesn't want to show you that. Hold on. Not very good at this camera malarkey. Or maybe forward, back. Don't really know how to get the whole thing on camera. Just put it up that way. Yes, sorry. Oh, that's really bugging me. Sorry, I've got to fit that into shot. Hold on. There you go. There it is. See? I called the children that I work with Wildhearts because they were being labelled at school. They were being statemented, and not all of them were, well, in my humble opinion, needing statements, but they were struggling at home as well as at school, and most of them were highly sensitive, which makes up 30% of the population, and they were just absorbing all of the stress and stuff that was going on around them. And they didn't have any boundaries, and they didn't have anyone advocating for them or protecting them from that. So this book is really 10 years of my work with kids and how I met my inner child. So if you want to meet your inner child and you grew up in a crazy house like Ruby did, a house full of pain and unresolved trauma on both sides or one side of your family, and if you felt like you were fighting for your place in the family, you really didn't belong, then I think you'll find it healing. And if you read my book, let me know what you thought of it. I've already had loads of lovely reviews on Amazon. I'm very critical of my own work. I'm actually writing, I'm nearly coming to the end of the second book that I've written, which is not related to this book at all. It's another standalone. It's a murder mystery. But already when I look back at this one, there's so many things that I want to change about it. But then there's another part of me that goes, this is what your inner child needed to say when they told their story. And if your inner child's been edited a lot or had their voice taken away, does it have to be perfect? Can it be an imperfectly perfect story? Can it have the odd typo in it? It's self-published. It just comes from the heart. And I hope that the people who read it will feel the sentiment of that. So I hope you enjoyed that little story, bedtime story. And yes, you can buy it on Amazon in Kindle and paperback version. This is actually the second cover. The first cover was this is a bit mashed up. This one, there's her cat Tom. That's Nettie, the fairy godmother. Yeah, beautiful artwork by a lady that I found on the internet who did it for me. So yes, let me know if listening to that resonated with you. Drop me a heart, a purple heart, in the comments below, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.